Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It's Monday, November 6th, about 10 p.m. Central Time, my time. If you're watching this show and you have not subscribed, I implore you, please hit that red subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing. This ain't going to be a long video. Just a few quick things to touch on. But, guys, my first goal is to get 500 subs, then 1,000. When I reach 1,000, this show will take off exponentially. But I cannot do it without the help of my brothers and sisters that bleed the same blood I do, blue and silver. So if you're watching this and you have not subscribed, please, it's free investment. It costs you nothing. This seems to work for Mike Fisher. I don't have the bell like he does, but I give it a go. On the count of 3, guys, if we can hit that red subscribe button. 1, 2, 3, subscribe. If you hit it, you're a real one, and I love you for it. Like the fish says, the like button helps beat the algorithms, basically get your video viewed more. If we can hit that like button in unison, guys. 1, 2, 3, like, boom. If you did it, you're a real one, and I love you for it. Last quick thing, I noticed smaller content creators that can edit with your iPhone have the Cash App name on the bottom of the screen. I have mine in the chat. If people start to donate to this channel seriously for the second half of this season, like seriously, I've got the best prizes than any show out there. The top donator will get playoff tickets, maximum 3 persons, 50-yard line, medium deck, home or away, don't matter. Second place will be 2 jerseys of your choice, any way, shape, or form. And third place will be Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card, most likely autographed by that time. Now, if you're second place and you'd rather have the Emmitt Smith Rookie card, it's up to you. It's your choice because, that information will be in the chat. If you do donate, let me know it was you and how much so I keep an accurate log. Those prizes are promised, guaranteed. I have a big deposit coming in December. I'll be able to take care of that. All proceeds will go to building this channel, getting a microphone, studio equipment, sound bites, a computer for film and graphics, and a call-in line for live shows. So when the show gets bigger and I can do live shows with a decent crowd, y'all can call in just like Law Nation's show. I love calling in on his show. Y'all will love calling in on mine. So it's the day after one of the toughest losses for me personally that I've witnessed. That loss yesterday was tougher than the 21 playoff loss and last year's playoff loss. That's how gut-wrenching that was for me. How many times we had the opportunity to win that game. The Eagles tried to give it to us so many times. We get the ball with 4:43 left to go. We need a touchdown to win or take the lead. And we have no hurry-up offense at all. Mike McCarthy is just taking his time, huddling up, going to the line of scrimmage. It's looking like you would think that we had the lead and we're going into our 4-minute offense. We should have had up-tempo. We should have been running 2-minute offense. Dak Prescott thrives in running a 2-minute offense, especially against a porous secondary like Philadelphia's. Horrible clock management. Well, at 1:17 left to go, 4th and 8, Dak, who had a great game, didn't see Ferguson open in the middle of the field. Throws it to the ex-receiver, one-on-one, Tolbert on Bradbury. Severely overthrows the ball. If he throws it a little bit lower, Tolbert probably has a shot to make the catch, convert that, keep the drive going. But Philly gets the ball. First, second down, we stop them. Third down, A.J. Brown runs into Swift. They fumble for the 3rd time. And I thought we got it. I thought we jumped on it. But Tyler Steen, the rookie, starting his first game, just happened to land on the ball. We didn't take that gift. I've never seen nothing like this. They punt the ball to us. 43 seconds left. We're at our own 15. 16 game seconds come off the clock, and we're at their 6. 27 seconds left. We're at their 6-yard line. 16 game seconds. We go from our 15 to their 6-yard line. and we do not finish. From the 6, we go back 5 yards on a false start by Tyler Smith, who played very well during the game. And then Terrence Steele, who is coming off a shredded knee injury, was a turnstile. Everybody got a sack against him. Son Reddick, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, all got sacks lining up on that side. Tyron Smith was balling. I mean, I saw Josh Sweat go up against him a couple of times, and Tyron Smith just shoved him to the ground, just like a big bully on the playground. So he goes to the other side where he can juke move Terrence Steele. Steele needs to get healthy, or we need to see if Lyle Collins is ready to, get medically cleared, have him work out. Collins had the same kind of injury Steele did last season, so, he might not be as far as progressed healing as Steele. It's a miracle that Steele even was able to start week 1. But it's very clear that he is the weak link on this line. Chuma Doga is playing better at tackle than Steele is right now. Steele is doing decent at run blocking, but pass blocking, he is having trouble. Dak could not throw the ball away on that last sack. It was a second and a half. Boom. Sweat was on him. And then another defender was draped on him. So Prescott couldn't do nothing about that. For us to lose a game in that fashion, I wanted that win in Philly because it was in Philly so bad. We outplayed them. We outgained them by 114 yards. That's the first time we've lost when we outgained the opponent by over 100 yards since 2020. The ball just didn't bounce our way a few times. 3 forced fumbles. We didn't recover one of them. But, all right, we're 6-3. They're 8-1. They have a bye week. We got the Giants next week. Pretty sure we're going to beat them down at home. We're 5-3. They're 8-1. I mean, 5-3, 8-1. So we're 2.5 games back. 5-3, 8-1. That's 3.5 games back. I don't know. It's a little confusing there. But the fact is, we have the Giants next week. They have a bye. We're going to win our 12th straight at home. We're going to beat the Giants, go to 6-3. So we'll be 6-3. They'll be 8-1. Week 11, when they come out of the bye, Kansas City has a bye next week also. So week 11, we go to Carolina. Philly goes to Kansas City, who both teams will be coming off the bye week. It's hard to play in Arrowhead, and that defense, Steve Spagnuolo has been playing good. They're allowing 16 points a game. And Patrick Mahomes, who can carve up a defense better than anybody in the game, can certainly carve up that Philadelphia secondary. Now we got the Giants, Carolina, Washington, and Seattle, our next 4 games. The first 3, pretty easy. Seattle, at Seattle on a Thursday night. I believe we're a better team than the Seahawks. They're still young, up and coming. Pretty sure we'll be 9-3 after 12 games. After Philly's bye week, they go to Kansas City. Then they at home against Buffalo, and then at home against San Fran. I believe one of those 3 games they will drop. One of the 3. Very good chance December 10th, when it's Dallas Philly Part 2, that it'll be a 9-3 Cowboy team hosting a 10-2 Philadelphia team. And we will split games with them this season. Everybody said that we would. I wanted the sweep. We didn't finish in Philly. But at home, we got 11 straight wins. When Philly comes to our house, it'll probably be 13 straight wins whenever we beat the Giants in Washington. At home, So December 10th, we're 9-3 and they're 10-2. That will set up a monumental matchup for either the division lead or division tie. We beat Philly at home. I know I'm jumping ahead 5 weeks here. But I would bet money that we beat the Giants, Panthers, and Washington. I believe that we beat those 3 teams. I beat the brakes off them. And then against Seattle, I'm pretty sure we'll beat them by at least 14. We're getting better every week. Since the Niners blowout loss, our offense has been getting better every week. And our defense has been as good as it's been. We held A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, who's had 125 plus receiving yards, 7 games in a row, broke the record. We held him to 66 yards. We held Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert to 50 yards apiece. We held DeAndre Swift, who's been running the ball very well, to under 2.5 yards a carry. He had 2.4 yards a carry against our defense. Jalen Hurts was their leading rusher. He had 10 carries, 63 yards. No, 10 carries, 36 yards, and that touchdown. Brandon Aubrey's illegal procedure, kick out of bounds, giving them the ball to start at the 40, and Rashaan Evans' face mask, it's completely unnecessary, giving them the ball at the 40 again, giving them 2 short fields. Good reason why they got 28 points. Now, if we handle our our business here in the month of November and are 9-3 after 12 games, and Philadelphia drops one of the 3 against Kansas City, Buffalo, or San Fran, and we drop them at our house, which I'm very confident we can do. And we're both 10-3. It's 13. We both have 4 games left after that. They'll have Seattle after that. We'll have Buffalo after Philly. Buffalo, Miami, Detroit, and then Washington. We'll be at Buffalo and at Miami. So Philadelphia is about to hit their gauntlet. And then we have an easy stretch of our schedule. After Philadelphia's gauntlet, we start our gauntlet. Buffalo, though, is 4-3. They're not really the Bills of the last few seasons. And Josh Allen is a turnover machine. Only problem is it's going to be December in Buffalo in the cold. We don't play that great in the cold, but defense travels. And then on the road against Miami, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are both healthy. That'll be something that I don't think we'll be playing a whole lot of man. I can tell you that. We might drop one of those 2, Buffalo or Miami. But I'm pretty confident when Detroit comes to our house that we're going to take care of them. And then week 18 at Washington, pretty confident we'll take care of them. So winning the division is still very much in our grasp. Problem I had losing that game yesterday is if we would have pulled out that game that Philadelphia and God was trying to give us, we would have controlled our destiny. Being that we lost, we need Philly to lose just 1. Philly loses 1 and we handle our business, we play them again. That's the good thing about them being a divisional opponent. Our offense is getting better every week since that San Fran game. Dak Prescott's getting more aggressive. He's starting to run, starting to use his legs finally. Jake Ferguson's starting to break out as a premier tight end. I said he's Travis Kelce Jr. Feeding him the ball, and CeeDee Lamb is just going wild. He had 11 catches for 191 yards against Philly. A lot of people don't realize that. 191 yards. He was the best receiver in the game last night. Brandon Cooks, we have to get him involved. He has been a 1,000-yard receiver everywhere he's went. He was drafted by the Saints, and then he went to the Rams or the Patriots first, and then the Rams, whatever, and then Houston. And then he played under 2 quarterbacks in Houston, Watson and Davis Mills. Had 1,000 yards with both of them. He's had 1,000-yard seasons with 5 different quarterbacks, 4 different teams. Why the hell is he not getting involved in this offense with a big workload, 100-yard games? I don't get it. It's not. He ain't no bum, and he still got it. He still got that 4.3 speed. He needs to be our number 2 receiver, and everybody needs to know it. Because right now we got Lamb as number 1. Number 2 right now, Jake Ferguson. Michael Gallup isn't either. Michael Gallup either makes a horrible play, horrible drop, or just a horrible play in general, or he makes an unbelievable catch. Like that contested catch against Bradbury over the middle, where it looked like it was going to be intercepted, but he took the ball away. Michael Gallup can play good football if he gets past that mental block. That crucial third down drop before halftime. He wasn't not looking for the ball. He comes out of his break. He's not looking at the quarterback. So as soon as he does, the ball's already hitting him in the chest. Incomplete. Jalen Tolbert had a pretty good game last night. Hopefully he can evolve into our good number 3 receiver. Kevontae Turpin continues to be our X factor. He's got, off the world speed. Great return man. Got a second touchdown yesterday. Schoonmaker was the worst second-round pick that we've had in a long time. Since I would say Schoon's been the worst second-round pick since, what was that defensive player that we took in the second round? 2019, because we didn't have a first-round pick. That guy, can't remember his name. He needs to start playing like a second-round pick tight end. Because we know Jake Ferguson is a legit number 1. We should have made a trade at the deadline, man. I know we have a very good team. We showed it last night. But if our offense continues to evolve and get better as it's doing, and our defense continues to stay the same and play well, play very good, we're going to get better and peak down the stretch. That's when you want to peak, is in December. Late November, December, that's when you want to start playing your best ball. And if we can get that run game going effectively, the last 2 weeks, Tony Pollard's had like 12 carries, 50-something yards, averaging over 4 yards a carry. If we can start getting 100, 150 yards on the ground, Rico Dowdle can run the ball too. We were starting to run the ball in the fourth quarter. Pollard had a 15-yard run, and Dowdle had a 15-yard run, but that got called back by a Schoonmaker holding penalty. We were starting to get the ground game going there. That really, really pushed us back. But this is not over, not by a long shot. Next Sunday, San Fran goes to Jacksonville. I'm very interested to see what happens there. If San Fran drops another one, 4 in a row, which, that would be good for us. Seattle has Washington, I believe. But we want San Fran to be playing good ball when they play Philly. So I don't know, I guess them losing to Jacksonville would be great, and then them get back on track the following week. And then, go to Philly and give it to them. I know when they play Philly, they're going to give it their all. because, the Phillies supposedly the best team in the league right now. I don't buy that for a second. LaShawn McCoy, most ignorant analyst out there, said on Speak for Yourself that Philly didn't play their best game and that the Cowboys did and still couldn't beat them. So what's that mean? That they can't beat the Eagles. What the man, we did not play our best game, not by a long shot. We had 5 drops. We had multiple missed opportunities, multiple mistakes. We did not play our best game either, LaShawn McCoy. And if we did, we would have routed y'all, beat y'all by multiple scores. Y'all are lucky to escape with that win. So let's see what happens the next 5 weeks. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, we've got a cakewalk schedule the next 4. Seattle really don't scare us. Certainly the Giants don't. Carolina doesn't, nor does Washington. Now, especially that they don't have Chase or Montez Sweat. That's good for Terrence Steele. You ain't got to worry about either of those cats. If San Fran does beat Jacksonville, then we'll kind of know that they're back. They kind of have a tough schedule, and late in the season they do play Baltimore at Baltimore, who looks like they could be the best team in the league right now, because they're they beat Detroit and Seattle by a combined score of like 75-9. Offense and defense, they're all hitting on all cylinders. Last night I had freaked out. I was completely pissed. I've had time to reflect. If Dak continues to play the way he's playing, and the offense continues to get better with a good defense and a good special teams, we should be able to go on a run. Win the next 4 games for sure, possibly 5. If we could do that and be 10-3 going into our gauntlet part of the schedule at Buffalo, at Miami, and whatnot, I think we could beat anybody in the league. Real talk. Deron Bland's getting better every game. Gilmore is as solid as can be. Jordan Lewis, decent slot corner since 2017. He's a boomer bust, on that 4th and 3 on Philly's first drive. He blew it against Dallas Goedert. That's why we wanted to trade for Jalen Johnson, because he plays outside, playing lights out this year. Deron Bland would have been back in the slot, and Deron Bland can cover guys like Dallas Goedert and make plays and prevent that 4th and 3 from converting. But that didn't happen. So maybe, like I said, last season, Israel Mukuamu looked very good when he played slot corner. Why not take Izzy and change him to slot corner full time, get all his reps at that position, and see if he can beat out J. Lou? If he's a better slot corner than Jordan Lewis, why not? We have safeties at the wazoo. Wanye Thomas, I think, has major potential. Could be better than Wilson or Curse. That's yet to be seen. But let's get Izzy in the slot and see if he can be a better corner than Jordan Lewis. And if so, have him start and in the slot so he can make the plays that Jordan Lewis can't. But it's far from over. Far from over. And even if we don't get the 1 seed, if we're able to win the division and we get the 2 seed, per se, that's still very good, because if we get the 2 seed, you guarantee to get your first 2 games at home. The wild card game will be at home. Second round game will be at home. And you could possibly have the championship game at home if the 1 seed falls. If the 1 seed doesn't fall, then you go on the road. But first, number 1 seed, number 2 seed, both very good. 1 seed is better because you don't play the first round and you guarantee home field advantage. Of course, we all know that. So, still a lot of games to be played. Anything can happen. Attrition can set in on any team at any given time. We've had our share. We'll see how Hurts looks coming out of the bye week, how that knee looks. See what Dallas Goedert, his injury looked like. Darius Slay and Bradbury should be just fine coming out of the bye week. Kevin Byard should be 100% implemented into the defensive system by, after the bye week. That should be enough time for him to be 100% into it, but he doesn't seem like he's making that much of a difference. He really doesn't. So, not all is lost. Hope is still very much alive. We just got to watch. We got to handle our business, and then out of the corner of our eye, watch our enemies. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer, right? It is what it is, guys. All right. Y'all have a good week. I'll catch up with y'all later on this week. Talk about the Giants matchup. And what we expect to see in that game at home against the G-Men. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, like, and share. Can I reiterate that enough? Every subscriber counts, guys. Help me to get to 500 first. 500, we'll have a little party. After that, 1,000 will be next. Keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything, even this. Seek him and his righteousness, and everything, all the other things will be added unto you. I am a living testimony of that. I just got a beautiful house in the Woodlands that I do not deserve. It was all God. God's face was written all over it. He's very real. All right, guys, you have a good week. Just wanted to touch base after the loss of where we're at and what we can do and what is still in front of us. You have a good week, guys. Charles and Chargers out.